Yo, what's up everyone? It's Doreen Moore. So you're thinking about diving into the world of coding? That's awesome. Listen, I get it. Starting anything new can feel overwhelming. Trust me, I've been there. But when it comes to coding, it doesn't have to be this big, scary thing. In this video, we're breaking it all down. Think of this as your coding starter pack. We're talking step-by-step what I would do if I had to learn to code from the beginning. No more just staring at the code like it's written in some ancient language, alright? We're talking about picking the right programming language. Because yeah, there are a few to choose from, finding the best resources that work for you, and how to avoid those common mistakes that can slow you down. Whether you're a total beginner or you've dabbled in code before, this video is all about setting you up for success. Let's get this code compiled. First things first, let's demystify this whole coding thing. Basically, code is just a set of instructions that tells a computer what to do. It's like writing a recipe, but instead of baking a cake, you're telling a computer to display a picture, run a program, or even just say hello. Now, you might be wondering why even bother learning this stuff? Well, here's the thing. Coding is becoming increasingly important in pretty much every industry. Whether you're interested in tech, design, business, or even art, having some coding skills can seriously boost your career prospects. But it's not just about the job market. Learning to code can also be incredibly empowering. It's like having a superpower that lets you build your own websites, apps, and even games. Plus, it's a great way to exercise your problem-solving muscles and flex that creative side of your brain. So, if you're ready to take the plunge, remember this. Coding is a skill that can open up a world of possibilities. Alright, so you're ready to start coding, but where do you even begin? Well, the first step is choosing a programming language. Think of this as picking the right tool for the job. You wouldn't use a hammer to tighten a screw, right? Now there are tons of programming languages out there, each with its own strengths and weaknesses, but for beginners, I'd recommend starting with either Python or JavaScript. Python is like the Swiss Army knife of programming languages. It's super versatile and beginner-friendly with a clean and readable syntax. You can use Python for web development, data analysis, machine learning, and a whole lot more. JavaScript, on the other hand, is the language of the web. It's what makes websites interactive and dynamic. If you're interested in front-end web development, JavaScript is the way to go. The most important thing is to get your hands dirty and start building things. Okay, you've picked your first language. Now, how do you actually start coding? Well, the best way to learn is by doing, and that means getting your hands dirty with some actual code. Don't worry, we're not going to be building the next Facebook just yet. Start with small projects and exercises to get a feel for the basics. Think of it like learning to play an instrument. You wouldn't start with a complex concerto, right? You'd start with scales and simple melodies. There are tons of online platforms that offer interactive coding exercises and tutorials. One of my favorites is Codecademy. They have a really user-friendly interface and a gamified approach to learning that makes coding actually fun. Another great option is Free Codecamp. As the name suggests, it's completely free and focuses on teaching web development skills. The more you code, the better you'll get. Chapter 4. Building your coding foundation, one step at a time. Alright, so you've been dabbling in code, you've got the basics down. Now it's time to build a solid foundation. Think of this as laying the groundwork for a skyscraper. You need a strong base to support everything that comes after. This means following a structured learning path. Don't just jump around from tutorial to tutorial without a plan. Start with the absolute fundamentals. Variables, data types, operators, control flow. These are the building blocks of every programming language. Once you have a good grasp of the basics, you can move on to more advanced concepts like functions, arrays, and objects. The key here is to be patient and to take your time. Don't try to learn everything at once. Focus on one concept at a time, master it, and then move on to the next. The more you code, the more comfortable you'll become with the syntax, the concepts, and the problem-solving skills required to build amazing things. Level up your learning resources that don't break the bank. One of the best things about learning to code is that there are so many incredible resources available online, and a lot of them are completely free. Seriously, you don't need to spend thousands of dollars on expensive courses or boot camps to become a proficient programmer. I wish I'd known that before I learned to code the expensive way. Of course, paid resources can be valuable, but you can absolutely learn to code without breaking the bank. Let's talk about some of the best free and affordable resources out there. First up, online courses. Websites like Coursera, Udemy, and Khan Academy offer a wide range of coding courses, from beginner-friendly introductions to more specialized topics like web development, data science, and machine learning. Many of these platforms offer free or discounted courses, so you can try out different subjects and find what interests you most. The key is to find resources that resonate with your learning style and keep you engaged. Your coding roadmap. Navigating the learning journey. Okay, with so many resources available, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and lost in a sea of tutorials and courses. That's where having a clear roadmap comes in. Think of this as your coding GPS, guiding you from beginner to confident coder. Start by outlining the specific areas you want to focus on. Are you interested in web development, mobile app development, data science, or something else entirely? Once you have a general direction, you can start breaking down your learning into manageable steps. Begin with the fundamentals of programming, like variables, data types, operators, and control flow. Once you have a solid grasp of the basics, you can move on to more advanced topics like data structures and algorithms. The key is to stay motivated, stay curious, and never stop learning. Alright, you've been absorbing knowledge, mastering concepts. Now it's time to put all that theory into practice and start building real-world projects. This is where the real fun begins. Think back to why you started learning to code in the first place. Was it to build a website, create a mobile app, develop a game? Whatever your goal, now's the time to start bringing it to life. Start by breaking down your project into smaller, more manageable tasks. This will make the project feel less daunting and help you stay organized. For example, if you're building a website, you could start by creating the basic HTML structure, then adding CSS for styling, and finally implementing JavaScript for interactivity. As you work on your project, don't be afraid to experiment, try new things, and step outside of your comfort zone. This is your chance to apply what you've learned, get creative, and build something awesome. The most important thing is to start building. The more projects you work on, the more confident you'll become in your abilities, and the more you'll learn. Coding without a degree, breaking barriers, and building your portfolio. Now let's address the elephant in the room, that little piece of paper called a degree. Do you need a fancy computer science degree to land a job as a programmer? The short answer is, not necessarily. While a degree can be helpful, it's definitely not the only path to a successful coding career. In fact, many tech companies are starting to value practical skills and experience over formal education. So, how do you break into the industry without a traditional degree? It all comes down to building a strong portfolio of projects that showcase your skills and your passion for coding. Think of your portfolio as your coding resume. It's a collection of your best work, demonstrating your ability to solve problems, write clean code, and create amazing things. Bootcamp breakdown. Is it the right move for you? Coding bootcamps have exploded in popularity in recent years, promising to transform beginners into job-ready programmers in a matter of weeks. But are bootcamps really worth the hype? And more importantly, are they the right fit for you? Let's break it down. Coding bootcamps are intensive, immersive programs designed to teach you in-demand coding skills in a short amount of time. They typically last anywhere from a few weeks to a few months and focus on a specific tech stack like web development, data science, or cybersecurity. Bootcamps can be a great option if you're looking for a structured learning environment, you're ready to commit to a full-time schedule, and you thrive in a collaborative learning setting. They can also be a good choice if you're looking to make a career change and need to acquire specific skills quickly. However, bootcamps are not for everyone. Before you enroll in a bootcamp, it's important to do your research. Consider your goals and make sure it's the right fit for your individual needs. The time is now. How long does this coding thing really take? Alright, let's talk about the question that's probably on everyone's mind. How long does it actually take to learn to code? The truth is, there's no one-size-fits-all answer. It depends on a variety of factors, including your learning style, the amount of time you can dedicate, your prior experience, and your ultimate goals. Some people are able to pick up the basics of coding in a matter of weeks, while others may take several months or even years to feel truly comfortable. And that's okay. Everyone learns at their own pace, and there's no need to compare your journey to someone else's. That being said, it's important to set realistic expectations. Learning to code is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes time, effort, and dedication to master the skills necessary to build complex software. The more you code, the better you'll get, and the more confident you'll become. Let's get coding. So there you have it, your roadmap to learning to code. Listen, I know it can seem like a lot, but the truth is, coding is a journey. It's about constantly learning, experimenting, and building. And the most important step is just getting started. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more tech breakdowns and coding tips. Keep coding, keep creating, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.